about here in Anaheim. Morales is younger fighter at 27, has the reach advantage as they're both 5'7". All right, let's bring him out, Big Mo.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcoming back inside the Honda Center in Anaheim, California, as we continue our prelims for Paul versus Chavez Jr. live on DAZN. Our next contest is in the super featherweight division, scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome to the ring, Rene Alvarado.
Managua, Nicaragua. His twin brother Felix will be in his corner. Always coming out prepared. Has had so many good fights over the years, but now at the age of 36, you wonder how much of that toll has taken on his body. He's always locked in. Promoter in Nicaragua, fighting is all he does. But Lito, when we were talking to him, he had that quiet confidence about him, didn't he?
Well, he definitely has the experience, you know, and anytime you've been there already, you've done that already. So for him, this is just another day.
All the experience is on Rene Alvarado's side, looking to upset Victor Morales and just basically coming here into hostile territory and upsetting the Golden Boy prospect.
Alvarado at one point was signed by Golden Boy. Now he's on the B side. No promoter. Has that fighter's mindset.
And now his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome to the ring, Victor Morales Jr.
From Vancouver, Washington, right across the river from Portland. Victor Morales, trained by his father, Victor Sr., who has roots in Chihuahua, Mexico.
I recently met Victor Morales, I want to say a couple years ago when he got signed to Golden Boy Promotions. But it's a funny thing because every time you're in the amateurs growing up, you always hear of names. And I've always heard about Victor Morales winning the Silver Gloves, Junior Olympics, Junior Golden Gloves, and then going into the men's. Never got the chance to meet him until we both signed to Golden Boy Promotions. And I'm looking forward to see what he brings tonight.
Yeah, in the amateurs, he would represent the Pacific Northwest. Always talked about, he's like, everybody just thought I was a white guy. He goes, oh, my dad's from Chihuahua, man. We're just fair skinned.
Hey, and I think that anybody who is to come from, to be accepted in Mexico, you got to learn how to do the grito.
Oh, yeah. Nonito knows how to do the grito.
Oh, yeah, man.
Jesse Vargas taught you.
I taught Jesse.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our second bout on the prelim card for tonight's DAZN pay-per-view. Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. 10 3-minute rounds in the super featherweight division. Our referee in charge when the bell rings is Michael Margado. 2 warriors, 1 fight. Who wants it more? Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue trunks with white trim. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 129.6 pounds. He holds a professional record of 34 victories versus 16 defeats, with 22 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Managua, Nicaragua, introducing Rene Gemelo Alvarado. And now his opponent standing across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 130 pounds even. He holds an undefeated professional record of 20 victories, opposite no defeats, and 1 draw. And he fights out of Vancouver, Washington, introducing Victor Morales Jr.
Get your mouthpiece in. Get your mouthpiece. Okay, cool.
Got to have the mouthpiece there.
You got
All
to,
right,
man.
This belt
Sometimes
line
you just
looks
forget
good
about it.
here, and this belt line looks good here, okay? Esa línea está legal. Todo esa área está legal, okay? I gave you both your instructions in the dressing room, all right? I want you to have a good, clean, hard-fought fight. Ya te di las instrucciones atrás en el camarino. Quiero una pelea limpia y que me sigan todas las instrucciones todo el tiempo. Touch gloves now.
Michael Margado, the third man in the ring. Jerry Cantu, David Sullivan, Jack Reese are judges. As we get ready to go, our second bout of the afternoon here from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. Of course, the main event tonight, Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. This one in the super featherweight division. In all white is Victor Morales Jr. Mentioned Alexis when he signed to Golden Boy a few years ago. He showed up. It was in Vegas. Had seen him in the amateur side. He had been fighting the club shows in Southern California. But one of the things that I was told, like, he's got to get out of his comfort zone and leave the Pacific Northwest to get to work in Southern California. And he's been doing is he goes the wild card for the last 6 weeks of his camp, and he gets sparring with Freddie and Marvin Somodio and everybody inside wild card. That's great work.
Yeah, no, that's the best work you could possibly get, getting out of your comfort zone to be something that to better yourself, and that's what Victor Morales is doing. He's outside of his comfort zone and a former world champion in Rene Alvarado. And honestly, I see this fight as a sleeper. This is going to be one of the best fights on this fight card.
It's the voice of Alexis Rocha, Nonito Donaire. You know this, right? You're the veteran. People look at you like, oh, Nonito, how much is left? And then you let them know. That's the attitude
Exactly.
Rene Alvarado has.
Exactly. I mean, you know, the guy like Alvarado, you can't sleep on those guys. He got the power. He got the toughness. Just earlier, he just caught Morales with the left hook, and he's gonna try to do it again. But you get guys like Alvarado, man. We're here to stay. The old guys,
Victor had a draw against Rudy Garcia, fighter from South Central in 2021. And then after that, at a split decision over Duel Olguin, the journeyman from Mexico. Then he knocked out Diego De La Hoya, ending his career in impressive fashion. Then he got a win over Edwin Palomares. In his last fight, he got a fight TKO in the 8th round. That was a nasty cut in December. He lands a good right hand, but already some redness on the left eye of Victor Morales here in the opening round.
Morales is getting caught with big shots too. But although he is countering Alvarado, but Alvarado is just going to be there to stay just like that. He's going to press on Morales, and Morales has to learn how to keep his distance by not staying in there and stepping with the jab and stepping out with the jab as well and countering with the straight. Absolutely right, Nonito. I think the keys to victory for Morales right now is to box him. He doesn't want to stay in there and trade with the veteran and the rugged style of Alvarado, because Alvarado's game, as we mentioned, he comes to fight and he comes to wear you down, and I think that's more of Rene Alvarado's advantage, not Morales. Hey, this is going to be a very, very tough fight for Morales. You're seeing in his defense that he's getting caught with shots. That second clean left hook coming from Alvarado that landed on Morales.
Good opening round. It's scheduled for 10. Our second bout of the afternoon from the Honda Center. We're at 5 o'clock. Pay-per-view on the Zone. Gets going with Kid Austin against Tevin Farmer. This might be a very long night for Morales, as we got Alvarado, who is pressing and landing his big shots too.
And the thing about Alvarado, he keeps that tempo up all fight. There's never any sign of him slowing down. Let's take a look at the highlights right now. This is a very, very hard round to score for both fighters, both landing their good pair of shots.
I agree with that. Both guys just are landing good shots, and then and when it comes down to that, especially that it's just the beginning of the fight. Both guys are already landing and already familiarizing themselves early on.
And there you see Felix Alvarado, the brother / trainer / twin / co-promoter, because they have the Gemelo Promotions in Nicaragua, and he'll be fighting for a title, he said, in October. And Morales coming out very aggressive. Morales against Alvarado.
You know, Morales just need to be careful and be defensively responsible after he throws those combinations, because Alvarado will punch right after that. What we call is a catch and shoot.
This is Alvarado's 51st professional fight. And I think every single fight has been like this. Stands in the middle and trades with you. He'll swing, he'll let the hooks fly.
This isn't Morales' game plan. He should not stand here and trade against Alvarado like that.
Why?
Alvarado has some heavy hands. He comes to digs to the body and breaks you down. Those body shots specifically, you don't feel them right now.
We can hear him right now.
You don't feel those
upstairs. Alvarado going body, upstairs hook.
Those are vicious body shots. Although
Right
they're
above us,
landing, but
Donito.
they can penetrate the arms. You know, there's times that I got hit with body shots through my arms. You know, and that's what Alvarado is doing.
Not just that, those body shots take a toll out of you in those
So
late
does that
rounds.
uppercut and that right hook. Alvarado does not look like he's 36 right now.
Morales, he needs to learn how to throw the jabs more with the distance so that he can step out at any time to counter Alvarado. But mainly too is use the feint to kind of stop the onslaught of, or the momentum of Alvarado.
Also, when Alvarado's teeing off on him, Morales just can't stay in there and take those shots. He's got to clinch or he's got to bump him off him and keep moving around to his left.
But Morales had a spectacular knockout of Diego De Loya a couple years ago, but that was a Diego who struggled to make weight, wasn't really into it mentally. So Morales not known for his power, so why is he trying to trade?
Well, it's not so much as he's trying to trade, it's just Alvarado's bringing it to him where he can't step back and he has to learn how to fight. He learned how to just put some grits in it and throw punches. But because Alvarado is taking it to him.
And that's what you're saying, Alexis. He needs the box.
Yeah, not just that. When you have someone like Alvarado coming at you, you want to get the respect. Especially this early on in the second round, you need to get the respect and land some hard shots to get your man off you. If you don't get any respect, your man's just going to walk you down, and that's what Alvarado's doing right now. He's just walking Morales down.
Every single time Morales goes upstairs, Alvarado shakes his head like nothing there. Look, Alvarado keeps on coming.
And again, Morales should be throwing the jabs, not just one, but two, and moving out. And this is the second time in this round that he's gotten trapped in the corner. That's where you don't want to be.
Excellent round for the veteran Rene Alvarado. And he continues to go to the body, left hook, and redness all over the face of Victor Morales.
Wow.
This is going to come down to how bad Morales wants to win. How much does he want to keep moving forward and keep that undefeated record intact?
Definitely Alvarado is here to make it as tough and as difficult for Morales. He's here to stay. You know, he's taking all those shots and he's coming back with bigger shots, good body shots, and combination from Alvarado.
Combinations, those are the punches that take it out of you, take that wind out of you. Morales just stuck in the corner when that's no man's land. In the corners on the ropes, you need to move around and keep boxing if you're Morales.
And Alvarado's been doing that, being able to do that, to put him in a corner and trap him there. We'll see what Morales have in this corner.
Been there,
this
done that.
round, you know?
Been there, done that for Rene Alvarado in the blue and white. Her career that started back in 2008. He's been in the ring with Eric Hunter, Rocky Juarez. And then he went through a stretch where he and Andrew Cancio went back and forth. Remember, he fought Tino Avila on those Velasco shows, Yuriosky Gamboa. And then he had battles back and forth with Roger Gutierrez, the kid from Venezuela. He lost to Lamont Roach, lost to William Cepeda. And then his last couple fights, he had lost a decision to undefeated Gio Lopez in April in Philadelphia. And then New Year's Eve, he got knocked out by Hayato Tsutsumi in Tokyo. So you look at a guy like Victor Morales, he's not intimidated at all. He obviously sees something that he can control, because there's nothing that Morales is going to be able to give him that he hasn't seen in his career.
Well, Alvarado definitely is not intimidated. He's going to keep pressing forward. But one thing that Morales is doing is countering really well. That's kind of stopping and making Alvarado think twice a little bit that we haven't seen in the previous rounds.
Making second guessing himself. Every time he throws a punch that's looping or slow, Morales is reacting with a nice counter shot.
And that's what he needs to do, is take control in that way rather than just be pressed on every single time. That'll tire you out, you know, especially those body shots coming in from Alvarado.
You hear the corner of Alvarado tell him, keep on with the pressure.
A good left hook by Alvarado. You know, again, Morales need to double up those jabs while stepping out of the corner and out of the ropes.
You were saying last round, Nonito, how he gets himself into traps.
Just like right now, he's about to get trapped in there, and it's going to be very difficult for him. That was a good move, keeping it in the center of the ring.
That's what he needs to do. Keep circling around and keep the fight in the ring and off the ropes.
100% on that one. Oh, good straight coming from Alvarado.
It was set up by a body shot, another body shot. He goes to the body again. Digging is Rene Alvarado.
Alvarado is a game fighter, man. These fighters are the tough guys that you're just like, man, this is going to be a long night.
But isn't it supposed to be the other way?
It's supposed to be the other way.
Isn't it supposed to be Morales can control?
It's supposed to be Morales, but again, we have a tough fighter. When you have a tough fighter like Rene Alvarado, you better be prepared. And I know Victor Morales comes to train and he trains his butt off, but for this specific fighter in this specific fight, he needs to be well conditioned.
And again, getting trapped in that corner. Good left hook coming from Morales.
Nice short left hook, just landed.
Done with 3. It's scheduled for 10. We're in Anaheim at the Honda Center this afternoon, but next Saturday, Cataraw is back as he takes on Harlem Eubank in Manchester. Can El Gato get back to his winning ways against the undefeated welterweight? Find out July 5th live on DAZN.
Look at the highlights. It's always Rene Alvarado shooting the body shots, and that's what Morales needs to be worried about. He needs to keep those hands up, keep those hands down, not hands down, but keep those hands up and avoid the body shots, because those body shots will eventually take factor in the later of the rounds.
Oh yeah, it just, like I said, you know, it depletes your gas tank little by little by little, and sometimes even when you get hit in the arm, you can still feel it when you're depleted already. So again, doubling the jabs should be done by Morales, feinting a little bit here and there, and slowing the fight down.
If you've ever...
Oh, that was good. Good ladder movement.
Watch the Rene Alvarado fight. He'll do this, and then late in the rounds, he'll give it away. Or later on in the fight, he'll get caught, or he'll catch his opponent. Back in 2014, he had a fantastic fight against, remember Robin Hood Castellanos? Robinson Castellanos. They went back and forth in Puerto Vallarta. That was a fight where in the 9th round, he got the stoppage. That's something that, if you look at the ledger for Rene Alvarado, if you go look at his box rec, his stoppages are always later on in the fights. Either he's stopping or he's getting stopped.
You know, one thing I've seen numerous times is Morales is very susceptible of getting hit with that right hand. And
like
that's
that?
just like that, you know, it's because his chin is up there and he's not utilizing that jab. He's not covering himself up. You know, when he's punching, he's open to get countered every single time. Good body shot. Oh, again, 1-2 combination coming from Alvarado.
That left hand is also down from Morales. He needs to keep that left hand right up to avoid those right hands.
Now he's going southpaw for a bit. Is that good? Or?
He looks very awkward when it comes down to it. He might get caught with just like that.
Just like that.
Well, he's just trying to get Alvarado off. Oh, good left hook by Alvarado. And it's
Middle
not working.
of the 4th round, Nonito, and you've seen Morales trying to switch things up, give him different looks, and he's not looking comfortable at all. Just like you said, he hasn't looked comfortable since the opening bell.
And this is not his fight.
This isn't his fight at all. He needs to keep moving around. He can't stay right in front of him complacent, taking those shots.
And one thing you notice, too, is that when he pauses, he squares up, and that's where he gets hit with those shots, especially the body shot. Just like right now, he's squared up.
He's squaring up, standing right in front of him. Alvarado is in a the most dangerous power puncher, but it's those variety of shots that break an opponent down. It's the accumulation of shots that knock you out and basically tell you to say no mas in the later of the fight.
You see the swelling on both eyes of Victor Morales, who is in his toughest fight of his young career.
Morales coming in forward, pressing the fight instead, and you get those body shot coming from Alvarado and landing those combinations too. It's very dangerous for Morales to be in that type of fight.
Nonito, it's all being set up by the body work from Alvarado, that left hook to the body.
And that's where it slows you down tremendously.
Morales has been on the ropes most of this fight.
This is tough, a tough fight for Morales.
It's like excellent fight for Alvarado so far. Heavyweight Joshua Edwards coming up next. Still got Joel Iriarte, then Holly Holm and Yolanda Vega.
Shoot straight to back him up. But I need you to move, Vic. I want you to relax. Make it easier. This circle. Breathe.
The lateral movement early on, but then this is where Alvarado starts pressing forward as well.
I think also Morales switching to southpaw momentarily was just another plan C, plan D if the A, B, C was not working to get Alvarado confused, because it looks like Morales is having no answers thus far.
Right. Oh, he's just pressing power shots now.
He's
But
coming
will
out
that
aggressive.
work? Yeah. But the thing is he used to that type of fight? Because those fights are very, very tiring. Because I'm a power guy. I love the power. You know, and they take toll in terms of, oh,
And
good
you're getting caught. Good
counter
exchange.
with that straight. Again, but because
That
where
might
his feet is, he squares up, he
That
gets
might have
hit
cut
with
the
that
right.
straight.
That might have cut up the right eye of Morales. The left eye, I'm sorry.
It had been swelling since the second round, the eyes of Morales. And Nonito, I've done most of Morales' fights. He's never looked like this.
Well, you got a guy like Alvarado who doesn't get much tougher than guys like that. You know, Alvarado's a tough dude, man.
I mean, a few fights ago, Morales had a tough battle with Duel Ogin, our guy from Guadalajara, who every now and then will be somebody you upset. And that was a split decision. It should not have been that difficult. But it looks like he didn't learn his lesson from that fight, where he made it more difficult than it needed to be.
Maybe that's his kryptonite, that type of fight, that type of style.
Yeah, but this is a step up in competition right here, Alexis.
Oh, big step up in competition. I thought Morales' his eye was cut, but it's swollen. That it looks very red. Taking punishing shots just like that. Morales needs to keep boxing him, using his jab, using the combinations in and out, and keep moving. He cannot stay in front of Alvarado because he's taking those punishment shots and those lead left hooks to the body.
Nonito, switching southpaw is not doing anything for for Morales.
Well, the thing is, he's very awkward when it comes down to it. It might be a dangerous move for him, as Alvarado is just keep pressing forward, you know. He's not stopping. And so, again, like Alexis said, and I said earlier, that jab and the feints are the crucial point, but he's not utilizing it. He's just throwing one jab. Of course, the guy's going to keep pressing forward. You got to double it up, triple it up, put a little feint here and there so that you can confuse your opponent by having a variety of offense before setting up the bigger punch. But if you don't have it, the guy like Alvarado is just going to keep pressing forward.
Feet get tangled up. The legs, they're swelling underneath the left eye and on the eyebrow of Victor Morales.
That's just accumulation of shots that the punches and bunches Alvarado's throwing, just like that left hook he just landed earlier.
And that right eye is starting to swell because of those hooks.
Good one, too, coming from Morales. See, that right there is a smart move. If you're in there, grab. You know, it's easier said than done because for me, I never really grab my opponent. But watching this, you know, I think that's the smartest move for Morales is when you're in close range, grab him.
When you're against the ropes, just grab him. Don't let Alvarado tee off on him.
Good counter by Alvarado again with the left hook.
Another good round for Rene Alvarado. And he's looking right at you, Nonito. He's putting his fist pump right at you. He's feeling confident just like he was in the locker room.
He's very, very confident. You know, his brother is very confident as well.
See the corner of Victor Morales. Jason Marquardt working on the swelling. Yeah, that left eyelid has started to swell. Underneath the eye is swelling. More Rene Alvarado replays.
More replays, just punches to bunches. That's what Morales needs to do, but he can't stay in there too long. I love how he slipped the shots that are coming under the hooks, but he's got to keep his hands down every time he throws a combination.
Thanks, everybody. Join us wherever you may be. The Zone. Bringing your fights from Anaheim, California. MVP, association with Golden Boy. We'll bring you the main event. Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Zurdo Ramirez, and Uniel Dorticos in the co-feature. It's our second bout of the afternoon. Beto Duran, Nonito Donaire, Alexis Rocha with you. We're in round number 6. Y saludos a toda la gente que nos está mirando desde México y Nicaragua también, Honduras, Costa Rica. All of Central America watching for Rene Alvarado, Nonito. Even Argentina, they love you now. Maybe.
No, it was incredible.
There's that cut. You're talking about Alexis. It was going to happen.
Oh, it was just going to happen. There you go.
I knew it wasn't crazy.
No. But
yeah.
You knew it was a matter of time before that swelling led to that cut.
I believe Victor's been cut there in previous fights as well,
He
too.
has.
So it might have been an old injury reopening again.
Yep, it happened in his last fight, the fight that ended in the 8th.
Oh, good overhand by Alvarado. Good overhand right.
Alvarado's corner doing everything they want their fighter to have executed.
Good straight right hand by Alvarado as well. One thing that Morales is doing that I believe is a detriment is when he's jabbing, he's stepping in rather than stepping back. And that's where he gets caught by Alvarado, and therefore Alvarado is able to tee off on him.
Staying stationary, just staying right in front of him. Morales having all the success with some of the shots, but it's those shots right there that you can't take too much of.
And he's getting caught with combinations as well. Not just one, but 2, 3, 4.
Just walking him down is Rene Alvarado. And Victor Morales is breathing heavy here in round number 6 with less than a minute to go.
Because the body shots like those that take the life out of you.
And again, the jab from Morales. Oh, good left hook. And a counter straight again from Alvarado. Alvarado is taking this fight in his hand and taking control and taking the pace from Morales.
Yeah, he's control, he's dominating, he's doing whatever he wants. As Rene Alvarado in the blue in his 51st fight says, I don't care if you're 20-0-1, Victor Morales, I'm bringing it to you. What are you going to do? And Morales is not doing anything.
Again, Morales is very susceptible of getting hit with that straight because he squares up. Oh, just again, another straight.
It's target practice right now.
You know, he positioned himself there to get hit by Alvarado's shots.
Another fist pump from Alvarado. July 24th, back in California, Gucci Manny Flores takes on Jorge Chavez in a junior featherweight matchup live on the Zone. And you know that one, Alexis. That's your boy Chavez, who you trained with, and Manny Flores training with Joel Diaz. It's going to be a heck of a fight.
Heck of a fight that I'm looking forward to. Tune in July 24th. I believe that's actually a Thursday night, not a Saturday, but it's going to be a great fight between two of Golden Boy's prospects taking each other head on for contender status.
Yo, that fight like that, you can start Thursday, it's going to go all the way through Saturday and Sunday. That's how good it's going to be.
Yep.
This is all Rene Alvarado controlling this fight here at the Honda Center. Jake Paul, Chavez Jr., the main event, still to come on pay-per-view.
That's going to be a very exciting fight, you know. You don't know what
Where
Chavez.
The doctor's going to check out Morales' cuts. We're ready to go. All right, Lex, round 7. It looks like it's Alvarado controlling this fight. Is it desperation time for Morales?
Yes, I believe it is desperation for Morales. He needs to come and land something big. He's been landing some big shots, but I don't see the pop being there. So now what he has to do is just outbox him. He needs to land 2 or 3 hard shots and keep moving. He can't give away these 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th rounds away.
Now, Nathan, you know what it's like where sometimes your game plan, you can't execute it. It feels like you might be running in water where you're in place. You can't do anything. It looks like it for Morales tonight.
And those are the toughest nights because sometimes you feel like everything that you do just is not working, but you have to learn how to cope up with it and come up with a different game plan. Again, what you see with Morales right now is the same thing over and over and over. Instead of adjusting to a different jab, maybe a jab to the body, maybe a feint here and there, maybe a straight, maybe a shift, or maybe keeping my hands up. But he's not doing that. All we see is him doing the same thing over and over, and Alvarado is giving the opportunity to do the things that he's done since the beginning of the first round.
It's not hard to figure out Alvarado. He's doing the same exact thing, Alexis.
Yeah, same thing. And as Nonito was saying earlier, this is what you got to do. Despite how the fight's going to go, despite how it ends, these are the toughest but the most valuable fights and the valuable nights that you could possibly learn from, because you go back to the drawing board. What do I need to do? What do I need to not get hit with? What do I need to do to prevent from this from happening again when you face a tough, rugged fighter like Rene Alvarado?
And there's a gatekeeper is Rene Alvarado. And if you want to have championship aspirations, if you want to fight for a title, if you want to be a contender, you have to get through guys like Alvarado. And if you can't, then that's when your promoter and the matchmaker, well, how are we going to set you up for a championship fight when you're getting tagged 1, 2, 3, 4 against the ropes?
And this is very getting dangerous for Morales. He's getting caught with big shots just like that, but he traps himself, and he's not holding on. You know, hold on for a little bit, just like right now.
But he's not throwing anything back, Nonito.
And that's a problem. You know, this is a big learning lesson for him, but he traps himself in a corner, and that's one thing that those body shots coming from Alvarado is just horrendous.
It's
grueling. I can feel him.
And Alvarado, doesn't it look like he's just in third gear still? Like he's not even stepping on the gas.
This is his tempo all fight.
Yeah.
And again,
he's breaking him down.
He's breaking him down, and you can see him broken down a little bit, little by little every round. You know, he's just standing there. He's getting hit with shots now. He's not keeping his hands up.
At what point does the corner maybe have a talk about when do we protect our young fighter?
You know, sometimes as a corner you have to realize that it's better to fight for the next rather than take everything away from this fight.
Look how slow he's walking back to the corner.
His demeanor is very defeated.
He's fatigued, bloodied, battered. It's going to be interesting what his corner tells him right now.
And the corner is his dad.
Just breathe. Just breathe. We're fighting this fight. Okay? I need you to stay in the center.
You took a little more punches on that last round than I'm used to seeing. I gotta watch it, man. You gotta show me something, bro.
As his father just mentioned, you're fighting his fight, which Morales is doing all night. He hasn't been boxing him the way he's supposed to be, throwing the jab, throwing double jabs, tripling the jabs, confusing Alvarado. He's just staying stationary and staying right in front of him for Rene Alvarado just to tee off on him.
And you heard the referee, Michael Margado, go to the corner and tell him, you took some punches at the end.
And this is where Alvarado just landing pretty much everything that he wanted to land. Oh, good uppercut coming in by Morales.
Okay. This is that desperation mode. Round number 8, scheduled for 10, has been all Rene Alvarado, one-way traffic from him.
Punch out, guys. Punch out on your own. Stop! Let it go, Victor. Come home.
You hear the referee mic out. Back and forth. Alvarado in the blue and white. It is Victor Morales just digging deep. This is all heart for Victor Morales.
sock and bop him, just back and forth action. As I said, this is going to be a sleeper fight. This has been shaping up to be a really good fight.
Yep.
But Alvarado is just the one in control, throwing punches. Even though Morales is not shying away, wants to keep his undefeated record intact, wants to secure the W, just showing the heart and the motivation that he has.
But he does open himself up for a counter because of the way he throws those shots. His chin is up in the air.
Can't be exposing himself like that.
You guys were saying that in the second round. And that
There
chin
you
is
go.
getting tagged.
He's getting tagged again. Every time that he throws and he stays there, he gets countered by Alvarado.
Think about Rene Alvarado. When he was fighting at 118, 122, wherever he's fighting, always in great shape, always comes in underweight, always prepared, always gives you a tough fight. And he's having a heck of a night as he gets pushed down by Morales. That's frustration. Joshua Edwards, Dominic Hardy, the heavyweights coming up next here in Anaheim. Hook from Alvarado.
Again.
That lead left hook just caught him right on the jaw.
And Morales starts the first 5 seconds of the round really aggressive, and then that's it. Arm punches now.
He has to keep that same output the whole, from the opening bell of the round to the very end of the round. You got to keep that same punch variety.
Well, that's how you take control of the fight, by continuously doing what you're doing. You know, like when he came in very hard with an uppercut, and then he just kind of faded along the rounds. And when he's in front of Alvarado, he squares up, which means that he's going to get caught with some big shots, and there's no power when you're squaring up. As you can see in his feet, you know, he squares up a lot. And again, the limitation...
Opens himself to a body shot there.
I mean, he opens himself for everything else. Alvarado's a tough guy, though, you know.
But he's not hard to figure out if you know what you're doing. And right now, Morales does not look like he knows what he's doing.
Because he's letting Alvarado take control of the fight, you know. He's not throwing a jab. He's not doubling it up. He's not pressing. He's not giving him variety. He's giving him something that Alvarado already knows and figured out from the very beginning of the fight.
That's a long list right there, Nonito. And another excellent round for Alvarado.
Alvarado just winning these exchanges. Morales is throwing so many good shots, catching Alvarado, but the fight is just clearly one-sided to Rene Alvarado just throwing shots, even though Morales does have a lot of success when he doesn't square up.
I agree with that. You know, maybe sometimes because of the pressure, it's allowing him to be stagnant like the way he is right now.
Alexis, remember Hugo Partida used to fight for Golden Boy on the Velasco shows, coming as an opponent? He's watching right now, and he had texted me the other day when he saw Alvarado's name. He's like, Beto, cuidado con Alvarado. Be careful with Alvarado. Fighters know.
Fighters know.
Yeah, Hugo watching us in Mexico right now. Saludos a toda la familia Partida. Just like that, Nonito, when we walked into the locker room, Rene looked at you right away. Campeón. You looked at him, and your Spanish, you guys were going back and forth, had a flow. And it wasn't even that he was not focused. It's more of he was so calm.
Yes.
He'd rather talk to you about your fight in Argentina. He'd rather talk about your career. He'd rather talk about everything in Nicaragua. And then when we did finally talk to him about the fight, he's like, yeah, I'm going to come out here. I'm going to do what I do, and that's it. I have experience. He doesn't. It's easy. Yes,
and he said that, you know, this is an opportunity. I took it, and I'm going to do what I need to do. This is something that I'm used to, you know. So he's going to go over here and do the things that he's already shown throughout the beginning and not be afraid of getting hit and do what he needs to do. Come press forward, beat the body, and land those big shots like he did throughout the whole fight.
Lex, we've been around when you work broadcast with me. Some of these veteran gatekeepers will tell you that, but you don't believe what they're saying. With Alvarado, you believe every word of him.
Oh, every word. You could just see his demeanor from the get-go when he comes out swinging, throwing punches with bad intentions and just smothering and taxing your opponent, just taxing the person in front of you. Lands a nice left hook right now.
That hook has been landing from the opening bell for Rene Alvarado.
And I think, for me, this is the most advanced or experience coming from Alvarado is that He's mixing up his punches to the body, to the head, while you see Morales is just headhunting.
Yeah.
Very interesting take too, because when you have someone coming forward like that, like Alvarado is, Victor Morales should dig to the body just like Alvarado's digging to his body. You got to slow that pressure fighter down for the ending of the last couple rounds.
100%. See, that's experience.
Yep.
You know, for Alvarado, he's going out there breaking his body, then opens up the head shots. And Morales, this is something that he needs to learn along the way. Oh, good counter straight coming from Alvarado.
Man, they're landing flush. But this is also a case where you can't say, oh, Golden Boy didn't develop Morales. They did. They brought him on like, this is a 20-second pro fight. This is where you need to show whether you can hang at the elite level.
Well, this is the gatekeeper, like you said.
Yeah. There's a reason Alvarado has 16 losses, because he'll go up against those undefeated guys and he'll give them the battle, but he won't come away successful. Tonight, it's a different story.
Right now, he's taking control of this fight and landing a lot of the shots, but because of those body shots, that sets up all the other shots from Alvarado.
Like
again.
that. That game plan has been executed to perfection by el hombre desde Managua, Nicaragua, Rene Alvarado.
You know, those Nicaraguan fighters are very, very tough, man. One of my favorite fighter actually is Alexis Arguello. Alexis Arguello, I got my hook from, as well as Trinidad as well, and Mike Tyson. So, you know, those are a combination of my left hook and Roy Jones as well. So, you know.
Yeah, the pay-per-view at 5 o'clock. Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. You'll get 5 fights on the pay-per-view. And you also see Zurdo Ramirez, Juniel Dorticos, Raul Curiel, Victor Rodriguez, Vies Griffin against Julian Rodriguez, and kicking it off is Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield against Tevin Farmer. You'll need the zone pay-per-view for that one. Let's look at the replays from round number 9. And great job by a replay crew.
Again, Alvarado coming in, but this is, you know, Morales trying to do something. But because of Alvarado's pressure and output, that he is taking control of this fight.
Great job by everybody in the truck. My man Mambo Mike on replays, finding nothing but Rene Alvarado going to the body attacking. And when you look at this, I was telling my man Declan, who's our producer director today, this is going to be a good one, and it's lived up to it.
Oh, man.
And it's Alvarado sitting on his punches here.
Lived up to the hype.
And he's landing those shots.
Nonito, you're moving
as
back.
well.
You're moving back right now. Like you're seeing something.
I'm not seeing something. I'm feeling it, man. You know, I'm feeling those shots. Those shots take toll in your body, in your mind, in your brain, and it gets dangerous sometimes.
It does get dangerous.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. How much do you start protecting your young fighter? You can't let him take how much abuse?
You know, sometimes it could be pride. It could be something. But whatever it is, you know, you have to make that decision, because right now it's a dangerous situation for Morales, getting cut with 4 or 5 punches.
It is a dangerous situation, but you got to take from him. Morales is also very responsive. He's taking these shots. He's taking these shots.
I'm not saying to stop the fight. It's just more you have to be watch out for this fighter.
You always want to keep a young fighter, just like Victor Morales' career intact, because there's always life after boxing. There's always, you know, the long run, but he's being very responsive, throwing shots of his own. I haven't seen him wobbled or anything. He is taking a brutal body shots just like he did right now, but he's very responsive in everything he throws.
But sometimes a lot of that is reactionary and instinct coming from us fighters. But it could be very dangerous coming into it, because you're getting hit and you're dehydrating yourself by sweating and all of that stuff, which can take a lot of toll in your body, in your mind, in your brain.
And your longevity of your career.
Yeah, that is the case.
The right side of Morales' ribcage is just red right now from the body shots that Rene Alvarado has been inflicting since the opening bell.
I'm telling you, man, Alvarado is just one of those guys. He's just walking and just punching and walking and punching and just nonstop. He's marching forward.
Wow. He's 36, huh? you need to go fight in Nicaragua. I heard there's a guy out there, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Maybe. You know, I do like chocolate, though.
Saludos, Chocolatito. I think Rene Alvarado might work your corner if you go down there.
Yeah.
They love you, man.
No, I'm a big fan of you know, the Nicaraguan fighters as well. You know, again, Alexis Arguello is one of my favorite fighters. But again, this is right here. This
has been impressive. Gemelo Promotions coming out, B-side, nobody else. It's just his brother and his trainer, and that's it. What a fight for Rene Alvarado. He hugs the young Victor Morales. Respect between the two fighters. And Alvarado was cut late in the 10th round. But regardless, it was all.
You know, and I think that we have a lot of expectation for Morales because of his undefeated record, you know, coming into this. But one thing is, I believe that he didn't adjust enough to change the fight and the tempo, while Alvarado was just marching forward, doing the same thing over and over. Both guys were doing the same thing over and over, you know, and Morales is big learning lessons for him.
Big learning lesson. He's gonna go back to the drawing board. He's gonna go back home, recuperate, and focus on what he did wrong, what he did well. He did a lot of good stuff doing well. He gave some lateral movement early on in the ring, but he needs to be more consistent in that if he wants to win against gatekeepers just like Alvarado that keeps coming forward. But it's just going to develop his career to come back even stronger.
July 12th, we'll see the third Ring Magazine show headlined by two massive co-mains. That's right. Shiraz moves up to 168 to take on Berlanga. And then Shakur Stevenson takes on Camarón Cepeda for the WBC World Lightweight title. This blockbuster night of boxing available to you by now at DAZN.com/boxing. All right, we're ready for our decision. Let's go up to the ring with Big Mo to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Judge Jerry Cantu sees the contest 96-94, while judges David Sullivan see it 99-91, as well as Jack Reese 99-91. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Rene El Gemelo Alvarado.
Managua, Nicaragua, win number 35 for Rene Alvarado, unanimous, sweeping the cards. 99-91 was more like it. There was one close one at 96-94, but regardless though, good night for him after two tough losses.
Deserving of the win. He came in to fight, and he came in to do what he needed to do, breaking down the undefeated Morales and taking it to him.
There you see the emotion from Rene. His brother Felix is just... All right, let's see how he got it done. Alvarado gets the victory. 10 good rounds against Victor Morales. And right away, as you came out, it was going to be all Rene Alvarado from the get-go, Nonito.
Oh, yeah, he came in there with those body shots early on and started landing those shots and made Morales' head open up and get caught with those big shots.
Morales had no answer really for the body shots, for just the punch output of Alvarado. He would try to move around, box him well, using the double jabs, using the jabs, keep him at end. But it was just Alvarado just smothering, throwing the left hooks to the body, and just the little pitter-pat combinations up top.
There you come.
Rene Alvarado here alongside with us.
Yeah, he's all excited. He made sure to come see you. And now his brother Felix comes over. Everybody wants to say hi to Nonito. Hey, buen trabajo, buen trabajo. Buen trabajo.
Everybody's saying hello.
It's just,
you know, and that's a beautiful thing. You know, they deserved the win. They fought hard. They did what they needed to do.
Yeah, it's Rene, his brother Felix.